In this second part, we are going to learn about the control panel. What is it for? To install and update AuraQuantic, modify literals, maintenance, support. The most relevant options are going to be explained in a second. Who is it for? To application administrators. How can you get it? It can be downloaded from here. And what are the requirements for its use? Have access to the server where it is installed, having done the AuraQuantic courses, and some options are reserved exclusively for AuraQuantic personnel, and are executed only with their authorization. Before installing an application on the server, the AuraQuantic control panel must be installed. Once installed, from the new installation button, you can install as many AuraQuantic applications as you want. We can see here that with this button, we can create a new application on the server. And here we can see that its tab is a different application. We can also see an action bar here, and we have 4 options: File, Install, Utilities and Help. In Utilities, we have 3 options. One is Restart to solve issues. Then we have Delete temporary server files. And then we have the last one, that is Reporting Parameter Encryption. It allows obtaining any of the encrypted connection data, login, password, domain, and URL. This allows entering the values already encrypted in the XML files that will be used for reports. And then we have the consoles, shortcuts, and SharePoint Central Administration if we have SharePoint. In the previous slide, we couldn't see here the option Admin. And that's because to actually have it, to activate it, we need to press this. We need to click on this. If we're in the General tab, we have some options, like delete and install Aura Portal files and open installation folder. If we are in the other one, in the Application tab, then we will find some others, like, for example, delete and install Aura Portal files, open installation folder, etc., etc. These options can only be used under the supervision of AuraQuantic. So when we have any issues or any problem, we must contact the support department so they can guide us to what option to use. Import and export users. We can import new users to a specific installation, or export the actual users from the installation through the creation and use of an extension file. So if we go to the Admin tab, to the option Manage User Data, we have a configuration window opening. In here, we can select the nature, the type of user, and it can be employee or contact. If we click on Export, a list of the actual users of the platform can be exported. So an Excel file is generated, and that way we can have a document where we can modify it and then export it again. Okay? We can modify the data of the existing users, or we can even add a new user. If we have selected employees, the modifications or the addition of new users will be performed in the corresponding options in a structure. It will be necessary to add the new employee to the right branch in the tree and assign them a login if they don't have one already. As for contacts, they will be registered in the corresponding account record. Let's go now to the application to see how to import users. So we go to the control panel. We just need to find the right tab for our application. As we only have one, it's this one. It's straightforward. We need to activate the admin menu. So Ctrl-Shift-A, okay, and we can see it appears here. And then, as we mentioned before, we have to go to Manage User Data, okay, and then we have the configuration window. In here, as we said before, we need to select the nature. So we're gonna just select employees. First of all, we are gonna go to our portal, to the installation, so we can see the data we have there already. Okay, so we need to go to Structure and Employees. And here we can see all the ones we have, okay, all the employees we have. So we have AP1 to AP5 and then the impersonation one. These are the ones that are always by default in the new installations. So let's go back to the control panel, okay? And we are going to create an Excel file, okay? So we can modify it later on. For this, we are going to export the existing one. Is in this path. So this is the path, okay? So we can just copy and paste this and find it. And it's here, okay? I'm gonna minimize this a little bit because I don't have Excel in this virtual machine, so I'm gonna need my local PC. So copy, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, let's open it now. Okay, and as we can see, it has a particular format that the application creates. Okay, and we have here all the current users. So we're gonna add a new one. I'm gonna just add new user, and I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna save it as user data new. And in the desktop. And save. Okay. Okay, now if we find the new file, we just need to copy. And we are gonna paste it in the virtual machine. Okay, so we can copy here. Paste. Okay. Now we need to import it in the installation. For that, we just need to go to File to Upload and find the right file. So desktop, and it's this one, and open. And then we just need to click on Import. This creates a file with this name, okay? This is the name of the file, user data result. In it, we can see the results of the operation. Let's check in our installation that it has been added. So let's open the installation, structure, employees, and as you can see, we got here the new user. Okay. So now, if we open the result file, okay, which is here, and copy and paste it. Okay, and we open it, we can see that the new user is here. And we can also see that some data has been added, okay, in the unique identifier and the update information, which means that it's updated. Okay. As for the option contacts, it will work just the same way. It will just be with, instead of with the families of employees, you will just work with the account records. But the configuration, it will be the same. How to assign privileges to an employee user. Execute external tools. Within the options in this menu, we can find the options that allow us to grant admin portal privileges to a system user. If we go to the admin tab, execute external tools, a window opens where we can select and execute external tools. If we go to set admin portal users, this window will open where we can choose the user we want. We just have to add the ID and then we will click on accept. Admin portal privileges that the selected users will obtain will be the following. Admin portal will be deactivated and won't be able to start a session. The new user, well, the user we have selected here will have access to all the special options in a structure reserved normally to admin portal. If we add another list of employees subsequently, it will substitute the existing list, deleting the ones that have been added previously. If the license gets deactivated, the only user that will be able to start a session to activate the license again will be the one indicated in the configuration. This user will keep all the characteristics of the normal employee as well. To deactivate the option, we'll go to External Updates option and execute the Set Default Admin Portal option. Let's see all these in the application. Let's go and see how we can assign admin portal privileges to an employee user. So what happens when we do this? That the user by default in a new application, admin portal is disabled. Its privileges will go to another user that we have previously selected. Let's see now. So if we log in as admin portal, okay, and we go to structure and admin portal, we can see here all these options that are reserved for the admin portal. So if we log out now and we go to the control panel, admin, execute external tools and set admin portal users, we can choose here the user we want to have the admin portal privileges now. Let's imagine I want AP1 to have all these privileges and his ID is 2. So we'll just have to click on accept and set admin portal users executed successfully. Okay. So if we try to access now as admin portal, we will see that we get a message application cannot be accessed. As we said, AuraPortal gets disabled, okay, so you can't start a session or anything. If instead of admin portal, we log in as AP1, and we go to structure, admin portal, now we can see that we can access to these admin portal options, okay? This wouldn't be normally the case, okay? So normally AP1 wouldn't be able to access this. So now if we want to change it back and we want admin portal to be the one accessing this and this AP1 back to a normal user, we just need to go to the control panel again. This one, execute external updates. Okay, we need to make sure that the option set default admin portal is ticked, okay, is selected, and then just click on execute and everything will be back to where it was before, okay? This way, the privileges will be back to admin portal and AP1 will be back to be a normal user. Let's have a look now at the data available from the application tab. So when we click on the installation, we will have some information about the website, like the server's name, the installation path. We also have the application group, application pool, the BPMS, we will have the database server and name. Here we will have AuraQuantic. We'll have the administrator, the version, and the extension pack. Status of the performed steps. Here we will see all the different steps, and as we can see here, all has a green tick, so it means everything has gone properly. If there was any problem with any of these, we will get a red cross. Installation log. Here we have all the information about the installation, and if there was any problem with any of these, we will have here more details about which one it is and what happened. And then a last option, website URL access selected. Actions available from an application tab. Update. Again, to activate it, we just have to click on this. Option to update AuraQuantic to a new version or model. Extension pack. Only to apply extension packs to update AuraQuantic with improvements and fixes. Option retry to continue an incomplete installation. If we spot that there has been a problem in any of the steps, we can solve it and then click here on this option so it tries again. Edit, manual configuration option that requires high knowledge. Do not use without the advice of Aura specialist technicians. More options are delete the AuraQuantic installation. Languages. This option allowed us to change the literals of all the options that are displayed by default in AuraQuantic. Redirect. Commands that allowed users and browsers to be sent from one URL to another automatically. And 3 environments. synchronization between development, testing, and production environments. But this option has to be purchased, otherwise you won't have it. To know these 3 environments better, we can find in here a video about it. We are not going to see it now, but make sure you have a look at it because it has really interesting information. In addition to having the manual of 3 environments for the implementation of this option, the support and consulting departments offer advisory services. Let's have a more detailed look at an option we previously mentioned, redirect. When we click on the option redirect, we can see here that we have a requested URL and here we have a redirected to. So here in the name, we could add any URL we wanted to. So if we wanted to have a more obvious URL, we could change it, and this will still the one that it redirects us to, the destination URL. And here, if we need more information, we could click on this symbol to get it. Another option we saw before is the language one. And we saw that we can change the literals of all the options that are displayed by default in AuraQuantic. To do this, we will just go to Control Panel, Languages, and here we will have to choose the language. Just bear in mind that the Spanish from Spain cannot be changed due to security reasons, but the rest can. So we will choose here the language. Here we will choose the term we want to change. And then add here next to them, okay, next to the terms we want to change, the word we want to appear instead of this one. Then we click on Save, Generate, and once all this is done, we'll go to Exit. When updating AuraQuantic or installing an extension pack, custom literals are lost. To avoid this, before carrying out these actions, a specific file must be saved that stores all the information, and at the end of the update, the save file must be restored. Okay, and the result would be that instead of accounts now we have the word we chose. Let's go now to the application to see some examples. So if we go to the application, and here we can change it from here, the same as, you know, certain things here. If I go to my tasks, I can change things here, but not here. Okay, this is a default bit. So to change this or things like the structure page, we will need to go to the control panel. So let's imagine now I want to change this word, accounts, and I want it to appear, I don't know, for example, third. Okay, so for that, we will need to go to the control panel. So let's go to the control panel now. So we go to the right application and we have languages. And as we have said, we can change here the language we want. We normally use English United States, so I'm going to change United Kingdom. Remember, but then here you can change any language but Spanish from Spain, because that's due to security. Here we can add the text we want to change. So documents and search. Okay, and here we will add what we want to change. Okay, so instead of documents, we will get library. And then we have to save, then generate. Okay, and once we generate, then we can click on exit. And if we go to the installation now, okay, we can see that we have library. Okay, we will only have library here if we have selected language United Kingdom, okay? Because if we had another one, if we had English United States, then it wouldn't have come up here. So we need to make sure that we have the right language here. If by any chance the language we want is not here, okay, we just have to go to structure and then languages, employee, and add it here, okay? We just have to tick it and go, like, for example, let's say I want Dutch. So I'll put save, and then when I go here, I will have the option as well, okay? And another thing we need to make sure, apart from the languages, is we need to log out and log in again. So this comes up here, okay? As I did it previously, it's here already, okay? But we need to remember all those steps. And now it's your turn to do part 2.